Hello and welcome back to my channel where today I'll be showing you how I made my new and improved Twilight Sparkle cosplay in around 6 minutes. I used to really want to make good cosplay, but I also didn't want to put any effort into it whatsoever, so I always ended up not liking it. But nowadays I actually have the motivation to make cosplay that I like, so I thought it'd be fun to go back into my cosplays of the past and improve them. So this is my old Twilight cosplay from 2015, which I really hated wearing, mainly because I wore a wool turtleneck jumper with a wig that was always in my eyes, but it also had a very badly made skirt that I made myself the day before the con. No horn and no wings, so I wanted to take it in a new direction. Taking my main inspiration from the human Twilight in the My Little Pony movie, I drew up this cosplay design, which is similar but with very slight changes that go better with my aesthetic. And as you can see, I also included her horn because I've never understood why the human characters don't get horns in those movies. To start my cosplay, I took 2 white t-shirts and a pair of knee-high socks, all of which I already owned from other cosplays, and I dyed them with this really nice colour of purple, which is the closest colour I could find to Twilight's coat colour. And this dye is one of those really easy ones where you put them in the washing machine with the fabric, and then just put them through 2 wash cycles, one of which dyes the fabric, and the other one washes out all the leftover dye. And it did look really dark when it was in the machine, but when I took it out it looked so much better, still a little bit dark, but nowhere near as dark as I thought it was going to be. The socks, however, did not work at all. I think this happened because they were the wrong sort of fabric to dye, so I ended up deciding to buy myself a pair of purple tights instead, which also don't end up being exactly the right colour, but they do look a lot better than these socks. Also, the styling works a bit better with the tights because the skirt is a lot shorter than I remember it being. Anyway, with my shirts newly dyed, I took one of them and used it to make my sailor collar. To make this really easy, I used the existing shape of the seams and the shirt to make a very simple collar shape, which consisted of cutting out 2 triangle shapes at the front of the top and a square rectangular shape out of the back of the shirt. And at this point it looked really messy, but that didn't really matter as I knew I was going to sew ribbon directly over the edges in a way that would cover all of those horrible cut marks and even everything out. Talking of the ribbon, that's exactly what I moved on to next. To make the ribbon, I took 2 different ribbons which matched the lighter purple and the pink stripes of her mane, and I sewed them together in a way that left equal amounts of purple and pink showing once I folded it over those edges. I also made a little woggle to hold the sailor collar in place, and I think it came out really cute and it was ready to add on the wings. For the wings, I used this harness that I already own as a template. This just made things a little bit easier for me, and then I made it just a little bit bigger so that the wig wouldn't completely obscure them. I then cut them out of this 0.8cm foam, something I already had for another project which I hope you will see at some point in the future. And I also decided to make 2 layers just to give the wings a little bit more weight and interest. Once they were attached together, I sprayed them down with this sealant, and I did paint them before attaching them to the collar, but I apparently didn't film any of that. And then to actually attach them to the collar, I just used a piece of square foam on the back, and then I put super glue on it, and then I put the wings on the front and kind of stuck the foam together on either side of the fabric. And I think these are my favourite thing about this cosplay. They look so cute, and I think they also make the character the most obvious. So now it's time to sort out this god-awful wig. So when I originally did this cosplay, I didn't cut the fringe. I think I was too scared to do it, as I just spent my money on this wig, and I didn't want to accidentally ruin it in any way. But honestly, it's a lot easier than I thought it would be. All I did was cut the fringe down to the length I wanted when it was on my head. And then I put it onto this foam head just to neaten it out a bit more while I could actually see what I was doing. I also took this time to straighten out the fringe a little bit with my hair straighteners and also brush out the back against the table because this section was really bad. I then put it back on my head and straightened out the whole length, which was actually quite fun to do. I don't straighten my actual hair at all, so I never get to straighten hair, and I always forget that it's actually kind of enjoyable. Next, it was time to add even more pony features to this look. As you can see, the wig already has little ears, courtesy of my younger sibling in 2015, but I did need to add a horn, which I wanted to make in the simplest way possible. So I used the same fabric I used to make my collar, and I cut out 6 triangles, sewed them into a little cone shape, turned the horn the right side out, filled it with stuffing, sewed a circle piece on the bottom of the fabric. Then I wrapped my thread around the horn to make that swirly look unicorn horns always seem to have. And finally I attached it to a hair clip so I could put it in the fringe of my wig without messing the whole thing up. Moving on to the bottom half of my cosplay, I took this skirt which I used to use for my Junko cosplay, but I could never quite get the colour right on it, and I decided to dye it a nice dark purple/blue colour because obviously this pink/red colour doesn't really work for this character. And with this skirt now purple, which can I say looked even nicer in person person. It looks good on camera, but in person it kind of has this grey shift, which I just think looks so good for this character. But anyways, I moved on to painting the cutie mark onto the skirt, and for this I just used acrylic paint. I don't have any fabric paint, and this seemed to work very well. A little bit wary about washing it, but that doesn't really matter. I can just paint it back on. Didn't take very long. Very easy. Colours are very easy to match as well, so it really wouldn't bother me having to do it again. And with that final piece done, the outfit was complete, and it was finally time to put the whole thing together. My makeup, I wanted to make the eyeshadow really round and cartoony, so I used a pastel purple shadow with a white shimmer on the inner corner, and then a purple mascara as eyeliner and under the eye to make the eyes look a little bit more cute, and also giving them that slightly droopier look. And then for the lips, I did a very small amount of pink on the inside of my lip to match the dashes of pink throughout the look, and with that, I'm done! Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give it a like and subscribe, as I do post 2 videos a week, and I'd love to see you again. But for now, bye!